So Yahweh says, I lay down my life for the sheep. For the sheep are the 12 tribes of Israel. Who are the 12 tribes of Israel? Judah, African Americans, Benjamin, the West Indies. You've got Levi, the Haitians. Simeon are your Dominicans. Zebulun, Ephraim, Puerto Ricans. Manasseh, Gad, Gadite Indians. Manasseh, South Americans. Reuben, Reubenites, South America. Naphtali, South America. Asher, South America. Issachar, Mexicans. These are the biblical descendants according to lineage by the flesh of the 12 tribes from the 12 sons of Jacob. These are their descendants today. So when we talk about the people of South America, we're talking about the indigenous North American, South American Indians. Yeah? So, verse 15. As the Father knoweth me, even so I know the Father, and lay down my life for the sheep. And other sheep I have, which are not of this fold, them also I must bring, and they shall hear my voice, and there shall be one fold and one shepherd. So when Yahushua says, and other sheep I have, which are not of this fold, them also I must bring, and they shall hear my voice, and there shall be one fold and one shepherd. So when Yahushua says not of this fold, it meant the fold that lived in Jerusalem at that time when he was living and walking on the planet. So when he was living, when Yahushua was going through Judea, Jerusalem, and he was preaching the word and gathering the sheep then, when he says, and other sheep I have which are not of this fold were the Jews that lived in Jerusalem. The other sheep which he has were the Jews that were living as Gentiles amongst the other nations. So some of them were living Hellenistic lives because they were living under the Greek philosophy, under the Greek way of life during the times of Antiochus and Ptolemy and Seleucid, when they ruled those parts of the Middle East, Israel, North Africa, different parts of Asia Minor, where they ruled. At that time, everybody was under this Hellenistic philosophy, this Greek way of life. So many of us Israelites that were still left there were living under that type of life. So those are the other sheep. And also the other sheep are who? The 10 tribes that had gone to the Americas 700 years prior to Yahushua. So in 700 BC, yeah, we had the 10 tribes that were taken away into captivity by Shalmaneser, the Assyrian king. After being under captivity under Shalmaneser for, I think it was 40 years, they had left and took a trip to the Americas, which they knew about through their forefathers, the days of Solomon. So those are the other sheep which are not of this fold, because these are the people that were not living in Jerusalem, that were not considered Jews. So they called people from the tribe of Judah Jews, and Benjamin Jews, and Levi Jews, because that's how they identified the remaining Israelites that lived in Jerusalem, by calling them a byword to their Jews. So whether they was from the tribe of Judah, or the tribe of Benjamin, the tribe of Levi, which were the 3 tribes that were left behind, because remember Levi was split between the northern and southern kingdom. So some of the Levites had gone with the northern kingdom, and some of the Levi had remained in the southern kingdom. They were called Jews. It was just a way of identifying them. It was a derogatory word, really. It was a byword that the Romans had used for them, and that the Greeks as well, and called them Jews. So those are the lost sheep. So let's going to jump to verse 25. Yeah, verse 25, St. John chapter 10, verse 25. Jesus answered them, Yahushua answered them, I told you and ye believe not. The works that I do in my Father's name, they bear witness of me. Yeah? But ye believe not, because ye are not of, but ye believe not, because ye are not of my sheep, as I said unto you. My sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me. And I give unto them eternal life, and they shall never perish, neither shall any man pluck them out of my hand. My Father which gave them me is greater than all, and no man is able to pluck them out of my Father's hand. I and my Father are one. So Yahushua says, no man can pluck them out of his hand. None at all. Not a single man can pluck it out of his hand. He said out of his hand, he said more or less, he said out of his Father's hand, which gave them is greater than all. No man can pluck them out of my Father's hand neither. He said, forget about my hand. He said, even my Father. He said, that's the complete. He said, no one can pluck them out of my Father's hand. So no one can pluck us, the lost sheep of the 12 tribes of Israel, out of Yahushua's hand, more or less out of his Father's hand. Yeah? And if we go back to Matthew 10:5 again, the lost sheep, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. So quickly jump to Psalm 78 verse 52. Like Isaiah says, here a little, there a little. Precept upon precept, line upon line. 78 verse 52. Okay, this is the Most High. Yeah, this is Psalm 78 verse 51. I'm going to start. Wait 2 seconds. So if I should start up a bit more, in better way do that need. Okay, this is when Israelites were in Egypt, yeah, under the persecution of the Pharaohs, Ramesses, just before their great exodus. Yeah, and I'll just jump up a couple of verses. This is Psalms chapter 78, verse 49. He cast upon them the fierceness of his anger, wrath and indignation and trouble by sending evil angels among them. So, for all those people out there, I had to stop there and just who do not understand or believe that the Lord has angels on his left hand side that does the work of evil in righteousness for him. So in righteousness, when I say that's in judgment, he does what we consider evil for the Lord. These are the angels on the left hand side of the Lord. So this is in the scriptures again. This is Psalm 78 verse 49. So when you see those people that were massacred, those 20 children that were massacred in Newtown, and the 6 adults, that's the work of the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. That's his work. Those children are reincarnation of whatever wicked people they were in their previous lives. That's why they were taken out in such a terrible way by that another Edomite. So the Lord used an Edomite to take out those wicked Edomite children who you may see, look at them, they call them their blue-eyed angels living now. They look like they're blue-eyed angels for these white people, and they say, oh, how can I do that? But those same children have come back in a reincarnation. So who they were in the previous life, I have no idea. But what I do know from understanding the scriptures is that they were some wicked ass Edomites in their previous life. Those 20 kids, let me tell you, that's why they were taken out in such a way. So when the scriptures tells you, this is Psalms chapter 78 verse 49, and I've gone off a bit, but I'm going to go back to the point again, because I'm going to leave that to what I want to get to about the lost sheep. Psalm 78 chapter 49, he casts upon them the fierceness of his anger, wrath and indignation. You know what indignation means? It's when you have a hatred for someone forever. It's never it's a vengeance forever, that no matter how long it takes, I'm gonna get you. So that's the Lord's indignation and trouble by sending evil angels among them. So that's what the Lord did. The Lord sent an evil angel down to that boy, I don't know what his name was, to whisper in his ears quietly, put the spirit on him to go to that school and massacre those children, because judgment had now reached those children from whatever they did in their previous life, because the Bible speaks of reincarnation. So when people see people that have lived a wicked life and lived luxuriously out their wicked life and died and had a beautiful funeral and everything and that, and people can understand, how can that wicked person have lived such a life and never been punished? Well, it happens in the reincarnation in the third and fourth generation, and it's more deadly because